What's up, everybody? This is a video on the GForce RAPTURE by GForce Arms. I went with the OD green simply because it reminds me of the Glock 27 and or the 26. The slide on it, I'm not gonna lie, it's about the same size as a 26 or the Stoeger STR9 subcompact. The frame is, to me, where this gun really pops. It's like a 43X. If you've ever held a 43X, that's really, a lot of people say it's like Canic, and I think they said Springfield, but it really reminds me of the 43X, the way it just kind of fits in your hand and the way it feels in your hand. So to me, it reminds me of a 43X. It's like a 26 and a 43X lower, the slide being 26 and the lower being a 43X. So that's really what it reminds me of. And right out the box, like everyone else says, it has those fiber optic sights, which Glock doesn't even do that straight out the box as far as what I've seen. I've never seen Glock just put fiber optic sights on the gun straight out the box. So that's another pro of this gun as far as it just being straight out the box. Now the gun that I did order, I've seen reviews like forums, whatever you want to call it, on Google, because the one I ordered is supposed to be optic ready, which this one is not, and it's supposed to come with a flat face trigger, which it does not. But I'm gonna show y'all that it's clear. The magazine is full, but the gun is clear. And oh yeah, that's one more thing. Let me show y'all. Some people on YouTube, they say theirs didn't come with the magazine having the round count. Mine did come with it, so it's from 2 all the way to 12. And something else, I think this gun is really an 11+1, because listen to that. It's not doing it right now, but usually you'll be able to hear this. It'll make like a noise inside the magazine. Oh, it's gonna do it now. Like that noise right there, which makes me believe it's actually an 11+1 instead of a 12+1. And the first round usually jams, which makes me believe it's actually an 11+1 instead of a 12+1, since after that first round it'll start cycling how it's supposed to. But this is the trigger pull. I'm gonna just show y'all once again. The gun is clear. Let me get a good angle. So to me, the trigger is just like Glock, which if I did order mine, or whenever I ordered mine, it's supposed to come in with a flat face trigger, but it didn't. And I was thinking about taking my Glock trigger and putting it on here, but it literally already came with a Glock-like trigger if it's not Glock. But here's that next trigger pull. To me, it's really just like a Glock trigger pull, bro. Let me do it one more time to show y'all. So here's the reset right there. Yeah, but this is a great gun overall. I feel like I've only ran 50 rounds through it, 25 of it being full metal jackets, like old full metal jackets, bro. At my gun store, they had like some cellular and bellet vintage ammo, and it was for $12. I picked it up, bought it. So straight off the box, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this gun was sticky, and I don't mean like the exterior had some type of candy or something on it. It was, all right, now the slide, it will do what it's supposed to do, right? It'll just go back to where it's supposed to, right? Whenever this gun came out the box, the slide would literally get stuck here, literally, with nothing inside the magazine or nothing. The magazine being out the gun, of course. The slide would get stuck here, and whenever it did, I have to smack it back in the battery. And that's even the same thing with the 50 rounds I just shot through it, with the other 25 being hollow points. So the first mag, I'm not gonna lie, straight out the box, this gun, it did not feed how it's supposed to. Every single round in that first mag did jam. So I'm not gonna lie about that. Every round in that first mag did jam. The second magazine, it was more so of like shoot, jam, shoot, jam, shoot, jam, shoot. So it's pretty much doing the same thing. The third one, I put more oil in it and I filled it up with hollow points. So the third magazine did run flawlessly. And the fourth round that I just did, first round shot, no, the first round shot, then jammed. So it had an FTE, failure to eject. And, you know, slide being stuck like this, macked it back in the battery. And after that, every round fired flawlessly. So, I'm not gonna lie, I did get rid of my Glock 43X simply because I wasn't accurate with it. So I was like, I really do love Turkish guns. So I'm like, I'm gonna try this out. It looks just like a Glock. It takes a Glock 26 slide, and it can take a Glock 26 lower, which is the frame. It can take Glock 26 triggers, and all the internals are pretty much Glock. And plus, with this gun, you are getting those fiber optic sights. And if you do have one that is optic ready, it comes with it, which the one I ordered was supposed to be optic ready, but the one they sent me is optic ready, which I'm not a big fan of optics, so I wasn't gonna put one on there no ways. But, you know, it was just a little bit of false advertisement, which the forum I've seen on Google, someone said theirs was supposed to come optic ready and theirs didn't either. And they contacted GForce and they pretty much said that there were a lot of them, but at least they got the color right. If they weren't gonna give me the optic ready version and the flat face trigger, I'm at least happy that they got the color right. Because if they didn't have the right color, that probably would have set me off a little bit more than it not having the optic ready plate and the flat face trigger. So I'm gonna just show y'all compared to my Beretta, which y'all know this is my everyday carry. I will consider making this my everyday carry, or I will make it my everyday carry if it proves to be reliable. And, you know, GForce did say on their website, put about 200 to 250 rounds through it for the break-in period, which does make sense. You don't want to carry a gun that, it doesn't matter what it is, bro. It don't matter if it's a Springfield. It doesn't matter if it's a Rock Island. It doesn't matter what it is, bro. You don't want to carry a gun that you have not broke in, and then on top of that, you may not even be accurate with the gun unless you've just been shooting for a very long time. But here's the slide. So pretty much they are identical as far, well, I'm not going to even say that they're identical as the slide. The slide being on the Beretta just a little bit shorter than the GForce RAPTURE. The frame is actually where they're a little bit more identical. So I'm gonna show y'all right now. This is where they're a little bit more identical at. The GForce literally is just a tad bit longer just because of the magazine well, but that doesn't really matter. The Beretta being 6+1, the GForce being 12+1. And as y'all can see, the back of them, as far as how wide they are about identical. The Beretta just being a little bit slimmer right here and getting a little bit fatter down there. The GForce being the same width all the way down. Just that magazine well on it is just a tad bit longer, but pretty much identical in length. And the GForce just being a little bit wider as far as the frame. But yeah, I feel like this gun can make a good EDC, a good home defense gun, because they do have 16 round magazines for it. They do have 32 round magazines for it, which I will pick up. I really did want the 16 round, but I'm okay with getting another 10 or another 12, which I don't really care for a 32 round magazine. I just use it just to shoot. But yeah, this could make a good home defense gun, a good EDC if you are looking into getting one. Just if you do get one, which I'm not going to recommend anyone to get one until I've put mine through the paces. But if you do get one, just make sure that you shoot it enough, run hollow points through it, make sure it's reliable. And yeah, the only other thing I can say bad about this gun really is there's really nothing else to say bad about it, just to be honest. I know people, I've seen videos, a guy had he had the same color as mine. His slide had cracked. I don't know how that even happened. I didn't even watch his video. Another person, they said their slide wouldn't come back, which I feel like they were just improperly putting it back onto the frame, which I done too, because that guide rod being so loose on here. But I'm gonna just let y'all know, if yours come in sticky like how mine did as far as the slide coming back and all that good stuff, this is how, doing that a bunch of times, just racking it is how it loosened up that guide rod some. And the trigger, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, the trigger straight out the box too was sticky as hell. It was bad. So the only thing I did was just do this a lot, and the slide just started doing whatever it was supposed to do, which was not be sticky and feeling like there's Palmer's glue in between the slide and the frame. But I'm gonna just show y'all that trigger pull one more time. Just like a Glock, pretty much just like a Glock. And these are the hollow points I'm running through it. Barnes Tech XPD plus P rounds. Yeah. But should you get this gun? I'm not gonna say yes. I'm not gonna say no. If you get it, just shoot it. Shoot it a lot. Like, shoot all your guns a lot until you get your accuracy down. Shoot all of them a lot until you just get the ins and out. Like, just break your gun in, bro. That's all I can really say. If you get this, just break it in. I don't really think it's a bad gun. I think it's more so of like GForce's quality control, which I've seen a lot of the parts are made in Turkey, and some of them are just manufactured in Turkey. Some of them been manufactured in the United States. So if you do get one, just make sure you shoot it a lot, and make sure that you put more than just 150 round box in it. All your guns should have, my personal opinion, if you're going to everyday carry a pistol, make sure you have 200 to 500 rounds through it as far as the break-in period. As far as 1,000, me personally, I don't feel like you need to put 1,000 rounds through a gun to make sure that it's broke in, unless it's like an AR. But as far as a pistol, 200 to 500 rounds, you're good. Because a lot of cheap pistols like this, they're not made to get up to 50,000, 20,000. Hell, it's no debating if this would even make it to 5,000 rounds. It's just a simple defensive gun. That's it. That you're just going to shoot every once in a while. But some people, they do have good guns that are this cheap, and some people, they do get bad guns that are this cheap. Some people, they might get a gun like this that lasts 7,000 rounds. Some people might get a gun like this only lasts 1,000 rounds. But yeah, just make sure that you shoot them. And yeah, I'm out, y'all.